What keeps you alive when everything seems lost? Andy Dufresne would answer with quiet certainty, a dream. Not just any dream, but one that gives meaning to every struggle, direction to every step, and light to the deepest darkness. For me, The Shawshank Redemption is more than a film. It's a masterpiece, one of the most poignant and emotionally powerful stories I've ever seen. Every scene is a lesson in life, every moment a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. Andy's journey doesn't just touch the heart, it transforms it. Watching him fight with unwavering patience and hope leaves you shaken and inspired, with a renewed perspective on life and its battles. But Andy Dufresne is more than a character. He is a philosopher, a man whose actions and words embody timeless lessons about freedom, resilience, and hope. Today, we'll take a closer look at Andy's story, drawing upon the wisdom of some of history's greatest thinkers, Marcus Aurelius, Nietzsche, Camus, and Lao Tzu, to paint a philosophical portrait of this extraordinary hero. Let's begin with the foundation of Andy's strength, his unshakable inner freedom, Stoic wisdom. When Andy Dufresne enters Shawshank Prison, falsely accused and sentenced to life, he faces walls designed to crush the human spirit. Yet Andy makes a profound choice, a stoic choice, to remain free within. As he says, they can't take away what's inside you. This isn't just a defense against despair, it's a philosophy. Andy understands that while the world around him may be beyond his control, his mind and spirit remain his own. He cultivates that inner freedom, listening to music, building a library, and teaching fellow inmates. Each act is a quiet rebellion against the forces trying to break him. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." Andy embodies this truth. Even in the darkest circumstances, he holds on to his humanity and refuses to let Shawshank define him. And here's what Andy teaches us. Freedom begins in the mind. No matter how oppressive the external forces, we can all protect our inner world. It's a choice we can make every single day, but Andy doesn't stop at surviving. He finds a deeper reason to live, his why, and that's where Nietzsche comes in. Amid Shawshank's bleakness, Andy clings to a dream, Zihuatanejo, a small Mexican town where he imagines himself free, fixing up a boat and living by the sea. But this dream is more than an escape, it's his purpose. Friedrich Nietzsche famously wrote, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." For Andy, Zihuatanejo is that why. It gives him the strength to endure decades of injustice. Every strike of his rock hammer, every handful of dust smuggled from his cell, is a step toward that vision. But Andy's dream doesn't stop with him. It becomes a source of hope for others, especially for Red, his closest friend in Shawshank. At first, Red is cynical. Hope is a dangerous thing, he says, but Andy shows him that hope is not dangerous, it's essential. It's the fire that keeps us moving forward. Andy's story reminds us that a powerful dream can guide us through even the darkest moments. If we have a why, we can endure any struggle, but a dream alone is not enough. Andy's success lies in his ability to pair that dream with relentless, patient action. The patience of the alchemist, turning lead into gold. Imagine digging a tunnel through a concrete wall with a tiny rock hammer. It's absurd, impossible. And yet, for 20 years, Andy works methodically, one handful of dust at a time, inch by inch, day by day. As Lao Tzu reminds us, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Andy's journey is a testament to this truth. He doesn't rush, he doesn't despair, he trusts the process, knowing that every small action brings him closer to freedom. This resilience and patience reflect the philosophy of the alchemist, turning the lead of suffering into the gold of transformation through consistent effort. Andy doesn't wait for freedom to be handed to him. He creates it, one small victory at a time. And he shows us that success isn't about grand gestures. It's about the small, steady steps we take every day. With patience and persistence, even the impossible becomes possible. And speaking of small steps, if you're enjoying this journey into Andy's philosophy, consider subscribing to Heroes' Journeys. It's one simple step toward exploring even more inspiring stories. But Andy's philosophy goes deeper still. To fully understand his story, we must see Shawshank as more than a prison. It's a metaphor for life's greatest challenges. Shawshank is more than a physical prison. It's a symbol of the invisible chains that bind us, fear, doubt, and societal expectations. Yet Andy refuses to accept these chains. He sees Shawshank not as a life sentence, but as a challenge. Albert Camus, in The Myth of Sisyphus, describes life as inherently absurd. Sisyphus, condemned to push a rock uphill for eternity, symbolizes our struggles. But Camus argues that we must imagine Sisyphus happy, finding rebellion and purpose in his task. Andy embodies this rebellion. He accepts Shawshank's constraints, but refuses to let them define him. As Andy says, "Get busy living or get busy dying." These words are more than a choice. They're a call to action. Andy chooses to live fully, even in the face of despair. Andy teaches us that life's challenges may seem insurmountable, but they don't define us. We define ourselves through our actions, our choices, and our refusal to give up. And at the heart of this refusal lies the most powerful force of all: hope. Andy's story is ultimately about hope. In a world designed to extinguish it, Andy nurtures hope like a flame. In one of the film's most moving moments, Andy writes to Red, "Remember, Red, hope is a good thing, maybe the best of things, and no good thing ever dies." These words challenge us to believe, to dream, and to fight for something better. Albert Camus reminds us that hope, like rebellion, is a choice. Andy doesn't deny Shawshank's darkness, but he refuses to let it consume him. For Andy, hope is not passive. It's an active force, a revolutionary act of defiance. Hope, Andy shows us, is the ultimate act of courage. It's the belief that no matter how dark the moment, there is light ahead. Andy's journey is not just a story of survival, it's a guide for all of us to find our own freedom. But here's the question: what would you do if you truly believed in your own light? As we arrive at the end of our journey through Andy Dufresne's philosophical depth, we see that Andy is not just a character in a film. He is a philosopher, a man who shows us the power of Stoic wisdom, the clarity of Nietzschean purpose, the patience of an alchemist, and the rebellion of hope. His story reminds us that no matter how dark the moment, transformation is always possible. And so, I leave you with this question: what is your zihuatanejo? What dream, what vision could guide you through life's challenges? Share your thoughts in the comments. And remember, dream, hope, act. Every small step counts. Like Andy, you may discover that freedom is closer than you think. See you soon on Heroes' Journeys.